channel.
Your light's on too, Roger.
Hey? Oh, yeah.
You're in a movie theater.
So this is just a short thing. Paul and Lynn invited us to a viewing of a documentary about her father, Mr. Turney. World War II vet. He fought in the Battle of the Bulge, and he went through some stuff which I don't think most human beings could walk into and come out the other side of. I don't know how he did it. And so we watched that film. There are reasons why we could not play it on live on YouTube. There were reasons for that. Because it's still not yet released. And Lynn, I want to thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Lynn.
I half the movie I couldn't even breathe hardly. I couldn't hardly breathe. He didn't want to think of himself as a hero. What a humble man.
It's always that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. What did you guys think of the movie?
It's very hard to describe. It's just so packed full of emotion. It's just amazing.
Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah. It's just amazing. Very overwhelming.
That
True meaning of a hero.
Yes.
Yeah.
When he says that it wasn't him, he was delivering a message that he saved 1,200 lives. And it wasn't about him, it was about the people that he was saving. That is a true hero.
It was his battalion.
Yeah.
It was his battalion. It wasn't him.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,200 men were in the crossfire, and he was the scout out front. And if it wasn't for him doing what he did, none of those people would have got out of there.
Never. Yeah.
I can't imagine them having gotten out of there. I mean, that was, yeah.
I mean, it's
still dumbstruck over it.
To see what he had seen, it boggles the mind.
Well, and there was a push, but it wasn't a strong push for him to get the Congressional Medal of Honor, and he died not knowing. And this movie, it doesn't seem to get traction anywhere with like the History Channel or with anybody. And so it's sitting dormant.
Well, Paul, and I was thinking about that when I was watching it. I thought, who wouldn't want to see this? And then I realized why. I think I know why. He in no way glorified what was happening.
No, he did not.
The truth of what was happening.
And a lot of people don't want to hear that.
No, you don't realize we could be going right back into that.
Yeah, war is horrendous. It's not a park. It's not a playtime.
No.
Not going to see Ferris wheels.
It's not a video game.
Horrendous.
War is hell.
Not done what he did. Had those boys not gone under there, what horrors would we have faced?
Yeah.
Correct.
They had to do it.
Yep. And the production guys that did that, I think they did a really good job finding the right authentic video to put with it.
They did a lot of research.
Right. And they had to do that.
And they had their wives involved in everything with getting the video and getting the proper music and the newsreels. And the one guy, Carl, his wife did that map, as Dad was saying, each of the places that he went and everything. And Carl's wife did that. And, everybody had a part in this.
when he was talking about having to kill that first German and how he had to continue doing that and how it was tearing him apart. You could tell. And I just thought, but had you not done that, what would have happened to all of us?
Well, we wouldn't be where we are right now. And what scares me is thinking there's a possibility we're going back into that again.
But
Well, we're always on that precipice, aren't we?
There's always that precipice.
We're always
yeah.
on that precipice, but I just found it stunning because he was telling us what it was like that winter. The soldiers are dying from being
He didn't
frozen.
even have the right boots. He had rubber galoshes.
You know, like the kind where you used to have the buckles on the front. They didn't have
I remember
Even
those.
over there, they did not have any of the right equipment. Gloves, coats.
Like he said, he had summer uniforms
Yep.
in the wintertime.
And they couldn't
And-
even light a fire. I mean, how do you live with that stuff?
my father was in World War II also, and he would never talk about it. Never.
Dad never did, and it was left a big hole in our lives because so much happened growing up that we never understood it. And when Dad finally told me he was ready to talk, I was dumbfounded. And because it had been 70 years. And so I scurried around and made phone calls and everything else. And the guys got this together. And when Dad told this story, it explained so much for me about my childhood.
Yeah.
So much.
As to why the way your dad was the way he was.
Yeah.
Well, we were never allowed to have people spend the night. My dad fought the war every
Every day. Yeah.
night. Every night.
Yeah.
He would be shouting commands in German. He would be screaming. The noise, it was terrible. So in the summer, we would have like little tents in the backyard. We could have somebody over to spend the night then, but never anybody in the house.
Nobody in the house.
And it's just like, my dad was very emotional when I decided to go in during Vietnam.
I
And
bet.
then with the things that happened with me, where I ended up, and then when I ended up staying, and the second career I went into, I finally understood Dad's fears. But he also is the one that always encouraged me, pushed me, always told me there's nothing that you cannot do, and your gender has nothing to do with it.
Exactly.
And Dad's the one that made me keep going.
He was
Yeah.
very proud of you.
You know, I think to be in your dad's position and then walking down that line and going to those camps to liberate those camps and to clean up those camps. I can't, I was
Mess.
watching a special on that on TV and I couldn't get through the first 5 minutes, and it was just a documentary special.
There was more stuff that Dad did not put in the movie about
Sure.
details with the camps and going in. He was the second one through the gate at Auschwitz, Buckhold, and what he saw and the smells. And most of the people there did get sick.
Yeah.
They were not prepared to see what they saw.
Yeah.
They were shocked to find out how awful Hitler was.
Mhm.
He talked about the women and the children, and the men, and it was terrible. And there was a lot that Dad told me about that he did not put into the movie.
Well, I think that what he did choose to put in was, you could feel it just coming off him.
Many
You could
times
just feel it.
we were going to have to stop, and I said, Dad, we can stop. And he said no, because I was sitting right beside him, and he said no. He says, we're going to get this done. It took all day long to get it done.
I bet.
He
I bet.
wanted to get it off his chest, and within a year he was gone.
It was less than a year. He passed on the 4th of April, and on the 9th of May, he would have been 93.
Wow.
But he was determined to get his story told, and He didn't even tell my mother. She was quite upset. And she was, matter of fact, PO'd, and she said that she'd never forgive him for this. And of course, I got blamed for it. And my feeling was, he's a grown man. This was his decision. But the fact that I knew and didn't say anything to her, that's because that's exactly what my father asked me to do, and I did it.
Well, yeah.
Lynn's mother wasn't a nice person.
No.
Well, Lord.
Hmm.
Lord, I just don't know how I did it. I know that certainly Mr. Turney wasn't the only brave soldier over there.
Oh, no.
So we
He's one of the people
exposed,
that spoke
He's-
up about this.
yeah.
we exposed a whole generation of young men and women
Yep.
to these horrors. But I don't know, Lynn, what choice we had.
Well, like my dad
We
told
had to stop it.
he said, how important is your freedom? Do you enjoy your freedom? Having freedom, is it worth fighting for? For
Yes.
your kids, for your family, for your friends? And that's the way it was.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I got from that is the whole time he said, I am fighting so my brother doesn't have to come here.
Yeah, that picture of that woman and man at the beginning, that was my Uncle Bert and his wife Ada when they were dating.
Yeah.
And Uncle Bert did end up going in, but he went into the Air Force and he didn't see active duty like what Dad did because Dad was Army. And he was very, very close to my Uncle Bert. They were super, super close. And Dad always looked out for him.
I also got the feeling when he said it's so that his brother didn't have to do, or brothers didn't have. So every
His
once in a while he
brothers
would
didn't
use
have
an
to go.
S because he was talking about everybody else.
Yeah.
Because he considered all of those people his family.
Yep.
Well, I tell you, I mean, he you know, he said he was gung ho to go. He wanted to make sure his brother didn't go.
Right.
He wanted to go. There were only 2 boys at the time.
That's
what
all
I
there ever was just Dad and Uncle Bert.
Yeah, and he didn't. In one of them, they always let one stay, and one had to go. And
He went.
They both went
They
in.
both went in.
yeah, but he tried to do it where they wouldn't have to do that. But oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing of it is that the story that he told, what makes me feel bad is I'm glad that Lynn's dad had the opportunity to tell his story. Okay.
Yeah.
But there's people dying every day that have not had a chance to tell their
Yeah.
story.
So that movie isn't out anywhere. There's nobody
No.
that you can't search it and it's in some archive or anything.
No, it's in Paul's possession, in my possession, in Grant's possession.
Grant, the guy that was doing the talking, that was very eloquent, his
Yeah.
name is Grant Smith, and he's a very successful insurance guy, and he also owns his own media company.
He footed the bill for
He
all of
footed the
this.
bill for the whole thing.
So he doesn't want to release it. He wants someone to pay for it.
No, Lynn thinks he at least ought to recoup his money, but he doesn't have a go-getter that's going to go out that has the connections to get it out there in the world. So that's the problem. There's a lack of a connection from the production to the actual movie to somebody that will take it and then put it out there.
Now, it was shown at our local theater for 4 days. They had 4 showings a day, and it was packed every time. And people came from all over the state and even out of state to see the movie.
Mm.
But it's just finding that person that will take it the rest of the way.
Right.
Because I don't have the connections. Lynn
I
doesn't
don't.
have the connections. Grant, he's like one of the top salesmen in the United States for life insurance and health insurance.
But not for this kind of stuff.
But not for this guy.
no, no.
Right.
So we kind of thought, I mean, we're just saying that if we could at least go in and start viewing it, there's somebody in our community, there's somebody there who might have a connection, doesn't know they have a connection, and that if anybody wants to see it, we can do this again and do a private viewing within Zoom. Again, we know how to do it now, right, Paul?
Yes.
It worked out to me. It was clear. It was
It was
beautiful.
perfect.
Was it good? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was very good. Very good.
So you would have to advertise this on all your pages and say it's private. You have to email me to let you into a private showing.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do it. That's why I came to Paul's house, because I told him I'm not going to do Zoom.
Lynn doesn't like Lynn,
She's not a Zoomer.
It's on my channel because I have more. My computer's a little stronger. I have a little bit better internet, and
Well,
we
so
were
you're already asking in the chat. Some people already want to see it. You should
They want to see it.
have, like another showing or something.
That's
yeah.
what we were thinking. If enough people show or let me know they want to see it, then
Hey, I don't have a problem if you want to run it again at 9 o'clock tonight, another show.
Well, that's right. You could tell the people in the chat, email me, and we're going to have a private showing
Hey,
at
Carpenter
9
Rick.
o'clock or something.
See, I was thinking
Rick.
maybe, I'm just saying, only because I got to work early tomorrow.
Jump Off says, I know how to get your
Yeah, I was just
film
gonna
out
say
there.
that. Yeah.
That would be wonderful.
But see, this is what I thought. Just, why people haven't touched, I don't even know anyone's really viewed it except for the people.
Some local people.
Everybody, well, at the
Right.
state of Michigan, I even had friends come over from Canada.
Yeah, so maybe this is a way, guys. If somebody knows how to do something, they
Well,
can.
and the thing of it
follow that.
is our goal is to reward Grant Smith somehow for, I mean, he footed the bill, all
Everything.
all those people that worked on the editing or whatever, he paid.
He
They're
paid them.
they're salaried, they work for him. So,
Yeah.
it's like I don't think he's looking to make $1 million, but
Well, maybe Jump Off knows actually somebody that does something like that. He
Well,
said-
and Dad signed his rights over to Grant for the rights of the documentary.
right.
Yeah.
Or he might know some type of advertiser or
Yeah.
some type of.
Because
And-
it
and-
doesn't-
and-
I don't know, just talking.
There's got to be.
And-
Have you
something-
shown this to PBS?
Yeah.
we
Doesn't
don't
it-
know.
We don't know.
Right.
I've got a bunch of thumb drives of it, and Paul has some.
Jump
And
Bob's going, I do live in the LA area.
Jump Off says that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jump Bob said,
Okay.
see, this is why I was saying this and that we should see it and then offer like next Wednesday to show it again, because I can do that on Wednesday nights. If everybody just wanted to do something like that and come in and see it, because I do think that there's someone in our community like Jump Bob, like somebody
That might be able to help.
probably could see this
Yeah.
movie and go, you know what? I know where this would fit. Let's see if we can get a little something.
I also think there's a very strong lesson there for Americans. We don't want a replay of this, guys.
Oh, that dog trot.
And it scares me to death to think that it could be coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We don't. Well.
Yeah.
You could easily, and without Pat doing the blame game, but Nazis and extreme Muslims, you could easily exchange the two, because they also are very brutal there too. So
Yeah.
And it was the same thing in Nam. The brutality, you can't
You
imagine.
can't imagine it. No.
No, it was
and
terrible.
Lynn won't tell her story though. But
Well, and I gotta say, I don't want to get political
nope,
and bring
nope,
the Muslims and everyone else into
we
it
don't either. But
because I know some very beautiful Muslims.
oh yeah, I do too. We all
Oh
do.
yeah, yeah,
We all do.
I want to be.
yeah. That's
We're talking about extremism. It's just
But-
like Germans.
Let me finish.
During the war, all Germans weren't bad.
No,
That's why I think Lynn's father had so much trouble with it.
Yep.
Because he knew that some of these guys were doing it because they were given orders to
just
go
like
out
he
and
was.
kill them,
Like he
kill
was.
Americans.
Yep.
Right.
And he knew that's what was happening.
It was
and he
the
couldn't
same
stop
thing in
it.
Vietnam. The exact same thing,
Right.
kill or be killed. That's what it was. But the depth of brutality is what regular people just don't understand because they've never gone through it.
Yeah. But anyway, Val, it's up to you if you want to do another showing tonight or you want to do it another night.
I would prefer another night only because I start my 70-hour work week tomorrow.
Oh,
Okay.
ouch.
Okay.
And that's the only reason.
Well, the only other way we could do it is if Roger, but Roger looks tired. I was going to say Roger could.
Roger
Well, it's
looks a
the
little tired.
bandwidth, and guys, honestly, I think if we have time to just kind of sit with the saw, because that was horrendous.
Yeah.
Parts of it.
That was
Really was.
very moving, Lynn. That was very moving.
Extremely
Yeah.
moving. And I think, but it's up to you. I don't, if somebody else wants to put it on and do another one, I think you guys should do that. But I can do it next week if you don't mind waiting.
Might get a bigger crowd too by next week too.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so.
And everybody,
Just announce it more during the week.
John Coopy.
I can. I was there.
Figured
Jump
the
on.
crowds would get bigger the more people that you show it to. You know what I mean? The next thing
Yeah.
you know, because that person tells 5 other people, and
Like
Yeah,
Jim
and then it
Bob
catches
said,
fire.
I think that you should build it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
I'll
go.
be right back, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, and I gotta say, this was our build up for tonight, and we were
Yeah.
able to get a few people in. Some of our people who were always on our panels, who always, are kind of steadfast and
And the people
And-
that are interested in World War II.
yeah, I am such a World War II buff.
talk like that.
And I do think that the more we don't pay attention to our history,
It's going to
the more
repeat.
we repeat our history.
Yep. It's like I tell Paul all the time. I am so thankful I'm on the downhill slide now. And I don't have to go back now.
Right.
I
Right.
couldn't do it again. I couldn't do it again.
Yeah, I don't know how your father got through that. I think had I walked, I can't even watch specials on Auschwitz and the different camps. I can't even watch them.
Well, see, and the thing
They're
that is,
so horrible.
Lynn won't talk about her own experience, but when she was in the military, she was in Vietnam. She was an attack helicopter pilot flying into Cambodia. She was kidnapped off the streets and held captive for I don't know how many days and beaten severely. There's all kinds of things. It's like her family has given so much to our country.
But I
Right.
also told my girls if they ever considered a career with the military or the government, I'd kick their you know what. Ain't going to happen. I didn't want any of them to go through what I went through.
Well, Lynn, you fought so they didn't have to.
That's exactly right. Exactly.
And I believe your father probably felt that way about you. He fought.
Yeah, but he was so proud of her.
Of course he was. Of course he
You know,
was.
She was a
He followed in his footsteps.
she was
I
a,
did.
she was a federal investigator at the Pentagon and worked on all the big projects and traveled around the world,
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you, oh my God. So guys, we can do this again next Wednesday. I hope there's a little bit of buzz that goes on about it.
Yeah.
The
So
movie is just so moving, the way he tells the story and the way they bring the clips in and everything. It was just
I thought it was well done, John,
it
right?
was very well done. It's very emotional.
beauty.
People
Yeah.
want
He
to
said
see something
that
Very
that
emotional.
night he slept the best night that he has slept in many, many years.
At that night after he told his story.
And
I
it was
bet.
the worst night in the world for me.
it brings it across, and it's so real. It's just amazing how he brings the story to you.
Yep.
It's like you're
You know,
there.
The depth of my father's being a patriot, there was never any question. You never saw my dad without a shirt on that had an eagle on it or an American flag. That flag flew in front of his house with a light on it as long as I can remember. He had DAV plates. He wore his Purple Heart and Silver Star hat every single day. He was very, very proud.
And he had, and in the credits it said he had 2 bronze.
He had 2 Bronze Stars.
Two bronze
Bronze
stars,
Stars,
and it only listed 1. So
Well, and what I liked about the film is they didn't leave it up for interpretation. They put all the evidence of everything. Yeah, the
Yes.
thing.
The
So
trust
that
is just
because
amazing.
they just wanted to make sure everyone realized this wasn't embellishment. He wasn't going,
No.
oh, I went into the camps and everybody's having a picnic.
No.
that's
Saw exactly what happened.
That's one of the reasons
exactly
that we thought to show it to you, when we showed just the first section to you and Roger and Kim and the reaction you got, because Lynn and I are too close to it. You know, it's like we think
I have a really hard time with it.
yes.
I guess.
And so but we have, our opinion is really tainted. And so it really makes us feel good that other people think that it's good as it is.
I look at what happened to my dad, and what happened to me was nothing.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I think what happened to both of you was something. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from anyone, but I will say your dad, oh my God, what a hell of a man.
Yes, he was my best friend. He's my hero. My dad was my life. He really was. He was everything. And it's been really hard without him.
So we looked at the first 15 minutes a couple days ago, wasn't it, Roger?
Yeah.
Day or something. Paul shared it with us, and it was on his TV, and
And
the
behind
TV was turned the wrong way, and there were glares, and we couldn't see everything or how we would normally you'd want to see a movie. And even then, it was riveting.
So when he told me
So
that
we
you guys were
knew it was
this,
going to
I
be
thought,
good.
oh boy, here we go again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's important for Lynn to be here to get the feedback from everybody about the movie. And
That's a good movie. I can't imagine. I could see it on PBS easily, and
Yeah.
having people sitting down, especially all of our vets from all of our different wars,
Yes.
the families, because we're all affected by
well,
everything.
especially when we celebrate Memorial Day, we celebrate
Yes.
the Veterans Days, we celebrate the 4th of July. That's the kind of movie to be on PBS, you know, or to be on the History Channel.
That makes people understand the importance of our flag.
It's like
You
a
know,
reality check.
Yep.
That's right. That's exactly what it is. And it's like I went to probably 5 of the showings because I bought tickets for every one of them. And the president of DAR was there with 2 of the people on her board, and they were crying. And when we were leaving the theater, my cousin was there, and she said, well, this is Lynn. This is Bill's daughter. She turned around. She says, you're the blonde. I said, yeah, I was. Man, she started hugging me. They took pictures with me, and they put it on the DAR website at one of their conferences. Is that true, Robert?
She read your cup.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to cover it.
Is it true?
Is it true?
Well, yeah, it is.
Okay.
You know who gave that to him? Is
My boss.
His boss at the base.
Well, that's neat.
So jump off. It wasn't on YouTube or it wasn't on Facebook. We put it on Zoom, which is a totally different program. And what you do is we just send you a link and you just press it and you come in and you mute your microphone and you just watch it.
Just
Yeah,
watch
it
it.
comes up on your screen.
You don't have to have a great computer to do it. You can have a phone,
No.
a tablet. It doesn't matter. You can get in. That's why.
Yeah, so what you need to do is to get in contact with Val so that she can give your email address, because that's the way she'll send you the link.
It'll come in the email, and you just click on the link.
Yeah. And I sent it out about 20 minutes early, so that everyone had a chance.
Yeah, and
You sent out invites to who, so they'd have a chance to come in and watch. But I'll tell you, Lynn, I'm still thinking, what a hell of a guy, because we forget, we know that people fight wars for reasons. At least we hope that's always this for a good reason. But World War II was so pivotal
Yes,
for everything that occurs,
well, in my mind, this story has the capability to almost follow in behind it. Maybe it's just me thinking too highly, like Saving Private Ryan. It could be that kind of a movie.
Well, I think Saving Private Ryan, they tried to touch on the emotions and the feelings of those guys to flesh out who they were, but they did not touch on the emotion that was coming off of Mr. Turney.
No.
They didn't
Right.
touch on it. You don't.
It's like, it's different. That was my father, and my dad was Paul's hockey coach when he was a kid. Our dads worked together, our dads played softball and hockey together.
And Lenny and I went to school
We've
together.
known each other since 57. We grew up in the same neighborhood. And, you know, the fact that we both knew him so well.
Yeah. And you know, it's sad because I don't think we have enough of these stories on tape.
Nope.
No,
Enough
and
of these
the
on
thing was,
video.
my dad never met a stranger. That's the kind of person he was. Everybody loves my dad.
Everybody loved
Everybody.
Bill. Yep.
And he, before this video, he got awards from the governor. He got awards from the sheriff's department, from the police department, all kinds of stuff. Because there's even a scholarship named after my dad through the Port Huron Police Department. Dad was in the first citizen patrol class ever.
Was formed by the police department.
And he was one in the very first class, and he stayed with it until he just couldn't walk anymore. And
the other thing too is you saw in the movie where he couldn't become a police officer because of his height.
It's too short.
So the sheriff, when he heard that through this story, he deputized him and made him a deputy before he died.
well, he
That's
did.
cool.
And so did the chief
That's
of
cool.
police.
Yep.
And we have video of that when they came to Dad's assisted living, and you know,
Presented him with his own badge and his own everything.
and even the one he got from the governor.
Yep.
Because he got a proclamation from the governor of Michigan.
Yep. They had a state representative and senator here to present it.
And it was all happened up at his assisted living, and we have that all on film as well. That was very impressive, and he didn't understand any of it because you heard him. He's just a regular person.
I'm just a regular guy.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we had thousands of regular guys.
Yep.
Right, but that's how come we won, because of
Yes.
all those regular guys.
And they
the
were all
G.I.
heroes.
Joes and the GI.
They were all heroes.
Yes,
That's how come we won. That's how come we walked.
That's right.
away.
but I think America's lost that now. It's not like it used to be, and it's scary.
Well,
It's like
I think that a
still
lot
have
of
not
these guys
adjusted to
still
being
out
a
there,
civilian.
but we haven't had to call them up to do the kinds of things your dad had to do.
Right.
Hey, Val, here's a thought I had just hit me now, and I want to express it before we move on.
Hi, Twan.
Next Wednesday, maybe you should go on your regular live stream and find out if these guys, want to come on or not. Tell you, and then you could collect the information there if they haven't already given it to you, and then go and do the other, and then come back to this. You see what I'm saying?
No.
Well, because
So,
right now,
also I do like an hour and a half on Mondays.
yeah.
We could also do it Monday night.
Yeah,
I mean,
advertising.
I wouldn't mind doing it on Monday night.
Okay.
I'll have a regular show. We could talk. We can kind of lead up to
Because
it.
it's an hour long is all it is. An hour and 1 minute or 2 minutes.
Oh, and it goes fast.
It does, because you get so involved in it. You're waiting to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes fast. It was. And guys, if you're worried about, I'll be on Zoom and people can see me, you can turn off your you don't even have to have
Turn your camera off if you want
you
to.
can say you're coming in without video.
Yeah.
And you don't have the video camera, because I know not everyone wants to be on a little square, like the Brady Bunch, and you don't have to be.
Hollywood Squares.
Yeah. But I am going to tell you guys, if you have any interest on how we were able to sustain the freedom we have now, and how we were able to be where we're at with the choices we have, even if we don't make the right choices, we have the right to make our choices.
Right.
If you want to know how that's happening or how that was set in place,
Because there's so many people that stepped up for everybody.
this movie will tell you. That's what I think anyway.
And Lynn and I are tickled to death that the people that got a chance to watch tonight, I would say unanimously, you guys appreciated the movie.
Jump off.
Oh,
Amazing.
I want to thank you guys
So glad
for
right?
letting me be in here with you.
Well,
It means a lot. It
Well,
means a
John
lot to
shared
me.
his mom. I wanted to share my dad.
Yeah. He's a wonderful man. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was. Jesus, the stuff he goes through. Jesus.
Yep, he came by to see me. He'd come around the corner in his power chair every day to see Max, my service dog, and I. And when they took him away and put him in assisted living, it was awful because it was so nice. Because when I came back in 2012, I bought a house right around the corner from my parents. And I got to see Daddy every single day, and it was great. He'd come over and talk with Paul and all of our friends that were hanging out at my house.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great. And my service dog took right to him, and he always was checking Dad's pockets for biscuits and everything. And I'd say, "Here comes Grandpa." Boy, Max was right there ready.
You know, it's nice that his life.
And my youngest grandson, Moses, he loved Papa Bill. And we've got some beautiful pictures. Moses with his, hugging on my dad and laying his head on his chest.
yeah, he was about 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. It's
Yeah.
just it's beautiful.
It's awesome.
And I'm sorry he had to suffer all those nights of seeing that over and over. I mean,
Well, I
I don't
never
think
understood
y'all
why. I
realize-
figured everybody's dad was like that.
No, I
I
don't
found
think
out it wasn't.
as we're dealing more with veterans, I think we're finally beginning to realize that they don't come home, put up their rucksack, and just go about business as normal.
No, and I
No.
can tell you
Pretend, but it's
personally,
normal.
I've not accepted to be I'm not a civilian. I miss the military and the government so bad. I have not adjusted well. I miss the family in the military because they have gone through the same thing that I did. Civilians don't understand. I'm sorry, but they just don't. And when you've spent your whole life doing it, you have a hard time.
It's like there's a hole in your heart.
There is. I just have a really hard time.
Yeah.
I don't adjust well.
That's okay, Lynn.
I
We
try.
love you, Lynn.
Just around you.
We love you, Lynn.
Thank you. I love all you guys too.
Absolutely.
But it
Even though I
was
won't fly the toys, I like to come in and visit with everybody.
Lynn's favorite saying is I'm going to buy you a drone. And what do you say?
No,
Because
I flew the real thing. I don't want to
The
fly
real
toys.
thing.
Well, I enjoyed the movie and everything. I got to jump out of here.
okay, John. Well, we're glad you
Thanks
came
for coming
on.
in, John.
And
Thank
I
you.
would,
It's nice to see you've got your halo on tonight.
Yeah, he's got his halo. Yeah.
so,
I definitely would watch that again.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I'll look for the next time it's on.
Okay.
Well, Roger is going to be a producer, and Val's going to be a director, and we'll get this thing all.
We'll get it out there. We'll figure it out, but we'll get it out there because people need to remember and to know. This is what our boys sacrificed. This is what
Yes.
they did,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you know. And even though they're older than me and they're almost all gone, I still see it as our boys. Because when they went over there, they were our boys. They were
Dad
Dad
kids.
was just a kid when he went over there. You know,
They were
18 years
Canada
old.
boys.
18 years
They were
old.
English boys.
Yeah.
They were French boys, but they were our boys,
yes,
our collective boys.
they didn't have any idea what they were going into.
No,
but
they
then-
did not.
When
Wow.
you're sent into a conflict, it doesn't matter how many briefings you get, you're not ready.
No.
You
You're
don't know
just
what you're
not-
getting into.
Later.
No.
Bye, John.
Like,
Hey, John,
like your
well,
dad
take care, buddy.
said.
Night,
See you,
John.
John.
Like,
Like
John,
your dad
John.
said,
thank
he
you for
didn't
letting me
realize
do that.
what
I
he
hope
was
a lot of others
in.
Get to see
Oh,
that.
sorry, John.
You
Go ahead.
bet.
That's
You bet,
really
John,
good.
eh?
We get to see that.
We'll talk to you again, John.
Bye.
I keep hearing Pop, but I don't see him. That's okay though.
Because he's pushed the damn.
I've got the camera on Lynn. You don't know how much that tickles me.
I know. I know. I think I do. Bad Polly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
guys-
if you notice, I changed the name too.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Paul.
Now, nobody understands that, we could have all the training in the world, but that's not going to cover what we're going to walk into. They do the
No.
best they can with our training. But let me tell you, when you walk in, no.
Jump off.
Jump off the- At least way she's better looking than you, Paul.
Thank you. And I'm older than Paul.
I was gonna say you can't train somebody for horrendousness.
No, you can't. No matter how much
You can't.
training, how in depth it is, how many things you go through, classes and exercises, you still don't know.
You don't realize.
You can't.
And when you're into it, all you
Until-
can think of is, well, hell, they
Yeah.
didn't tell me about this part.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So guys,
It's like-
I'm gonna go ahead because I have to get ready for tomorrow. Because
Yep.
I have that early hour. But Lynn, thank you again for sharing that with
You're very
us.
welcome.
I thought it was excellent. And
Thank
Paul,
you for
thank
everyone for
you
watching.
for working out that your video stuff so we could do this.
Actually, I took and edited the video again this afternoon for 4 hours because I updated some things and put it all together in a nice little package. So
You did a good job, Paul.
You did.
Very good job. Good
Yeah.
Paulie. But it was wonderful. And I hope that next week a lot more people come and watch because it's really
yeah, and if you do want to do it Monday and Wednesday, that's fine. You just let us know. Lynn and I are retired.
That's right.
yeah, Monday, I'm off Tuesday. So Monday after our stream, or we could do it before and just go into the stream on Monday night as talking about it. That'd be fine too. I don't care. Monday's a really good night.
Yeah.
So you just let me know, Paul. I'm up for it.
So if you want to show it on Monday, we'll announce it to everybody starting tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Start.
think?
Start.
And it was
Hey.
very nice seeing Salty sitting next to Roger.
Guys, I may not be around much over the next 5 day. Well, let's see. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
What's today? Wednesday.
Yeah,
Already.
the next 4 days until Sunday when I go on. And so it's if you guys can announce it, talk about, let's plan on doing it Monday. I go live at 7:00 your time. I'm more than happy to do the movie at 6.
Well, what day is it you have your flight night? So your flying
That's
thing.
Sunday and that's Tuesday. So Monday is the perfect day.
Okay. All right.
It's the
So it'll be
perfect
Monday
day.
for what time, Val?
So again, the film
7:30?
at 6.
6? That's kind of early. 6 your time or our time?
Your time.
Mana,
Your
good
time.
night.
That's
Good night,
kinda-
Mana.
All right, what I'm trying to figure out is if we do it at 6, then we go on at 7. We'll be done by 8.
Okay.
Or we could
8:30,
say
yeah.
I'm not going on till 8, and we can do the movie at 7, and then do the other one. It's you set the time, and I'll be there to do it.
Well,
Okay. So we'll set it for 7 like tonight.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that'll work.
7
Yeah,
o'clock Monday.
7 Eastern time, jump off. 7 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, jump off. Are you able to make it then, or are you looking for a late show? Because he's on the West Coast.
Oh,
He's-
because he works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in Los
So if we
Angeles.
do it at 5, my time, it's 4 his time.
yeah, but maybe he's not
Gonna
home.
be
by
7:00 our time,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
He says 6, 7 is too early for him.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is jump off, you get
Okay.
with Kim and you figure it out and I'll be there hell bent. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, because we can do it when works for everybody.
Well, I was gonna say, Monday night? Are you doing something later on Monday night, Val? Or
No, Roger keeps telling me I have to go on Monday.
well, you could do it. Val, you
I
could do
wasn't
it.
even doing Monday, but now I have to. 'cause he
Val,
said.
you could do it at 8 or 9 o'clock and then cover more of the country.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm fine. I really am. Whatever you guys decide, I don't work Tuesday.
Well, I'm just thinking the
on at
West
midnight,
West
let's
Coast
do
is 3
tonight.
hours. If we do it at 9 o'clock, that's 6 o'clock on the West Coast.
Okay. I'm happy with that.
He just tells me when I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah, and just
Well, what I got to
exactly
do is I got to
80
get her set up with Zoom
Pacific.
at her
No,
house.
you're not.
So,
Exactly.
so,
8 Eastern time is 5 Pacific.
so if we do nine Eastern,
Yep, 9 Eastern would be 6 o'clock Pacific time.
we could do that. Let's do that.
Mana says it's 8:20 p.m. here right now,
And I say, well, here's
and it's
9:20.
9:20 here.
Yeah, it's 7:20 and I got to go get dinner. and
So
everything else ready. So
jump off, yeah. 8 Eastern is 5 Pacific.
Yeah,
Let's
but
do
see,
nine.
that's
Nine.
kind of right the dinner hour, that's what I was.
No,
We'll do
and
that
guys,
9.
don't have to do an after show this next time.
Oh, I think you want to though, Val.
Well, I like the after show.
Yep,
because
I do too.
had we not come on, that's why I told
Yeah.
everyone, don't say a word. And we watched it and went straight on. So
Yeah.
our first reactions were, you
And
saw,
see, that's what we wanted to see.
We want to
Yeah.
see the reaction. Yep.
It'll be
We're
9 o'clock
biased.
Eastern. Monday night.
right?
9 o'clock Eastern, Monday night.
9 o'clock Eastern. You heard it from Roger.
Okay.
Kim's going,
Good.
what the heck? Salty's sitting there quiet tonight. What's the matter, Kim?
Oh, nothing, just listening.
Yeah,
So,
I think for
Kim,
everyone.
give us your thoughts, Kim.
I was impressed.
Okay.
Very impressive.
Went through a lot, man.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and maybe
I'll be right
even
back.
Robert will spread the word around the base and give
Oh
them-
yeah,
give
could.
some of those people the opportunity to watch as well.
Big man.
if you
Lynn.
give me a copy, I would show it at the commander's call.
We can work on
We
that.
can do that.
I can,
Because I think a lot of the airmen today would love to see that.
They need to see it, Robert.
They need to say that.
That's how I feel. These kids today in the military need to see it. Like when my grandson, the one that's in the Army right now, he saw part of it before he went back to Fort Hood, and he was crying.
Yeah.
And he's getting out next month. He ain't
Okay.
staying.
Yeah.
He was in South Korea. He had a stint over there, and then one in Germany, and he just wants out.
okay, so we'll shoot for 9 o'clock Monday, and we'll see what kind of time. If the 9 o'clock works, we might do it again on Wednesday, right?
Sounds good to me.
And I don't have your address, Robert, but we'll have to buy a couple of thumb drives or
I've
something.
got extras.
You got extra thumb drives?
Yeah. They got
Well,
the-
I will
over
talk to my commander and see what he says. Okay.
Okay.
there. I've got
If you
four.
get me a copy, I will show it to my commander
But not-
and see what he says.
Yeah. Okay. Roger, you're now in charge because Val disappeared.
I don't know what Matt I was trying to say, trying to be sugar, but I don't know.
Trying to be sugar.
Oh, he's probably talking to Kim.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Look at
Oh,
that
sorry.
eye roll.
Trying to be sugar. Okay.
There
Okay.
you go, Paul.
Paul is
Okay.
saying, what was sugar?
There's Robert's address. Here. Sugar, spice, everything nice.
Hey, Michael.
That's my
Vanny.
home address. If you want to send it to the commander.
No, we want you to handle it. You're the information officer.
What are we sending to a commander?
Robert put his address in the private chat, and Lynn is going to send him a thumb drive of it so he can show it on the base to people.
Oh, wow.
Because Robert says that those airmen need to see something like that.
I said they need to see it. They don't have any idea. Most people don't.
Okay, she's got it now, Robert.
I got it, Robert. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're on her list now.
You are now on the list.
On the list.
That other address is the base address.
Oh, it's the base address.
Yeah.
Base address.
Pop said I would send it to the aircom. Robert.
You could put it to Volkfield Let me put that in there.
Oakfield, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Same zip.
Oakfield.
Hey, Michael Banny.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I've been
it's a
there.
different zip.
Okay,
It's 100 Independence Drive, Camp Douglas, Wisconsin. 54618.
That's the one we got here now.
okay.
Yeah. Oakfield.
Got it.
Okay. Anyway, well, thanks everybody for watching and indulging.
Okay.
It was great.
It's very nice.
Yep, Lynn and I, well, Lynn more than I, but we're proud of his service, and we're proud of everybody's service that serves.
Because it
And,
takes everybody, not just one person. It takes everybody.
and we feel bad that there's a whole bunch of people out there that haven't told their stories. It's like, I think this whole thing started, Val indicated that her dad was in the Air Force, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, my dad was in the Air Force. He wasn't, of course, in World War II. He was having a picnic at Balboa Park in San Diego with his mommy and daddy. He was a little boy
Yeah.
when it came over the radio because someone bought one of those little transistor radios,
I
and
still got one.
and they said, that
Pearl
we
Harbor.
had been attacked at
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor. He was in the Cold War. He flew the Russian line, and that's where he
I
was.
think everybody's story needs to be told. There's so much that people can learn. And the thing is, like Val said, we need to learn from our history. We don't want to repeat the same mistakes.
Yeah.
And we
Paul,
and we need to. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Roger.
that's okay. I just Paul, did you jump off said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah, because I just think that at some point, we have to remember that this is why these boys did this, and
That's
they
right.
needed to, because that guy was a monster over in Germany. Somebody needed to put a stop to it, and our boys did that along with other boys from other places. But they all went over there and they stopped.
They all work together as a team, and there's no I in team.
And they came home to their families wounded. They came home mentally scarred forever.
Came home broken.
Yeah, broken. But they did it. They did the job. And I just thank them that they were able to do that.
Jump off seems to be very knowledgeable.
Thank you.
Is that coffee, Kevin?
Yeah,
Yep.
coffee.
Okay.
Coffee.
I know Val wants to leave.
But coffee. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. All those in the
Thank you,
chat,
everybody.
I just so appreciate you coming in and listening to our thoughts on that movie. Don't forget, Monday, 9 Eastern, we'll be playing the movie again in a private area on Zoom, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Come back live. Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and let's see if I
End,
can do this.
end it.
Stop the stream. Love all.